Sir, may I come in?
Come in, please.
Good morning, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग। ये बैठने मैंने बोला नहीं है, वहाँ भी ध्यान रखना है इस बात का, है ना, कि वो जब तक बोले ना तब तक बैठना नहीं। आयुष,
Yes, sir.
what is the meaning of your name?
Sir, Ayush, I actually don't know the name of my meaning of my name. Uh,
You don't know the meaning of your name?
Yes.
There is a scheme of the Indian government in your name.
yes, sir.
What is the name of the scheme?
Sir, the under the Ministry of Ayush, it is done that people who can't afford medicines,
Okay.
they are given free medicines and sometimes medicines with low amount. So,
What is the name of that scheme?
sir, I don't remember the name of the scheme.
You don't know Ayushman Bharat scheme?
Yes, sir, I could not recollect it that.
Ayush, for the next 45 minutes, we'll be talking more about your family background, your education, and all the details. I have a basic idea from your PIQ form.
Okay, sir.
So, suppose you tell me about your education starting from class 10th
Yes, sir.
onwards, working up to your present level of education. I would be interested in knowing about the percentage scored in various examinations, the subject chosen after class 10th, and for further studies, and also about your future career options. Talk about your participation in extracurricular, co-curricular activities, including games, sports, etc., and about special achievements, if any. I would also like to know about the teacher you liked most and those who did not impress you much. Mention about the friend circle you have moved with while school and college or in hostel. About your close friends and why you consider them so. Any difficulties in financing the education and things like that.
Okay, sir. So starting from my 10th class, I secured 8.8 CGPA in my 10th, and I was like a little average student, but I worked hard for getting a good score, and 8.8 I think was a good score for me. And after that, I chose a PCM stream because I wanted to become a pilot, a commercial pilot. But while doing my coaching in 10th, 11th, 12th, I came to know that the fees involved for the course of being a pilot, a commercial pilot, is very high, about 70 80 lakhs if you go through independent source, and if you go through a cadet pilot program, it can get towards 1 crore. So I gave up that idea and wanted to become a pilot in the Air Force. So because of that, I was late for my preparation for NDA, and only one of my chance was left. So to get a plan B, I chose to become a merchant navy cadet, and for that I gave the IMCT exam, and I got selected in the TS Chanakya college, which is in Navi Mumbai, and it was a great experience there. And after that, for the first sem, which I had one chance for the NDA, I gave that chance. I tried to perform as well as I could, but due to the lack of time I could get there because of the training there, I could not clear it, unfortunately. But then I understood that I can clear the FCAT exam and then get into the Air Force as a pilot. So I studied in the IMU Navi Mumbai, which is also called as TS Chanakya. And after getting my graduation done, I was actually not placed uh, in the college because of lack of opportunities, and also because of the less marks that I got in my first sem due to the preparation for NDA. So after that, I prepared for open job interviews, and because of which I got selected into the Anglo Eastern Shipping Management Company, which is one of the leading companies in the industry. And talking about my friends in my college, I my group from the college was actually the whole batch, because we were imparted the idea that the whole batch uh, is your friend group, and due to that I mingled with everyone actually. And but a few of the close friends that I had were from different parts of the country, most of them from the northern region, and some of them from the southern region as well, like states from Kerala. And I share a very good bond with them. I tell them about my problems and my achievements, and they helped me with that. Also, while in my college and my school, I played football, and due to that, I learned quite a lot of things. And I appreciate my parents for sending me to a good school and college so that I could get that opportunity to play. And I think that is what I did.
You missed something about your teachers, the teacher who
Yes.
impressed you, and the teacher.
Yes. In my school, I actually liked everyone for the perspective of liking a teacher. But one of my teachers, who was a sports teacher, the football coach of ours, uh, I liked him because he was tough on us. Because if we did any mistake, if he wasn't very tough, I would not have worked better on that part, that aspect of my game. So I think it is because of him that I improved my game, and then while coming to my college, I could play for my college team as well, and that is why I liked him a lot. And if I talk about the teacher I didn't like, was no one actually, but still, if I have to name someone, I would name my English teacher because she uh, just emphasized more on the or more on the matlab, ratna of the things, but not the learning of it, which I thought is a not a good solution to learn English. So that is why I didn't like it. While I
I you didn't clear ND in your very first attempt
Yes.
while you were trying to become a pilot. You didn't work hard that time.
Actually, I was in my college at that time because I had chosen my college, and at that time, for the first termers in our college, the schedule was very tight as we had to wake up in the 6 in the morning, and then whole day was scheduled. So I got time, minimal time between lunch breaks and tea breaks, and that time I used to study, and also at night I used to study about the NDA rather than the college subjects. So I could not give my full on that, and that is why I could not clear.
You were an outstanding student of your class, right?
I would not say outstanding, but yes, I could do
But you
above
didn't
average.
get placed in your college. What was the
Yes.
reason behind? No
So
one,
the reason,
no one got placement.
no, no. So the placement was very good in the college. It actually did suffer due to the COVID breakdown, but due to my less marks in my first semester, I was like placed in the later part of the rank list of our batch. So because of that, the first batch, the first part of the batch were given chances more than the other one. And once when I got a chance, the company came after 2 months. So in between that period, I was not given any chance to appear in any different company. And due to that, I did not appear for any different company. And
You
also,
got 8.8 CGPA in your class 10th, right?
yes, sir.
But you score only 77% class 12.
Yes, sir.
You didn't think you didn't work hard.
Actually, I was going through a personal matter as well in between the 11th and 12th because I was not very I was not very well because of the thing that I was confused in between of for the pilot program and for the different IIT JEE and these things. So I was like a little confused, and the preparation for myself was a little disturbed because of I sometimes I prepared for the IIT JEE and sometimes I prepared for the other ND exam. So it was a little hassle for me, and I tried to cope up with that and tried my best in the ND exam. Unfortunately, I did not, but I am sure that I'll somehow
Earlier,
get.
earlier you told me that you came to know about NDA when you joined your Chanakya college.
No, actually, I came to know about it in the 12th class only. But at that time, the only chance that I was left with was one after I joined with the academy, my training academy for the merchant navy. So that is why I had to give that a try.
Yeah, after that, your program, your performance was consistent. In college, you scored 77% mark. That is good.
Yes.
So you told me you whole class was your friend.
Yes, sir.
How you managed that your friendship with them?
Sir, actually, I had to give time to each and every one of them at different places. Like some of them were my friends with in the college ground where we played football and cricket together, and some of them were my classmates because our batch was whole divided into three classes. So some of them I only met at the mess or canteens or my playing ground. So I used to maintain my friendship there. I used to talk with them about what is happening with them and what is happening with me at that time, and try to maintain that relationship while I was in.
Tell me the name of your four fast friends.
Sir, Aniket Pandey, he's from Uttar Pradesh, Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh, and Arindam Arya, he's from Gaya, Bihar, and Ashwin M. Nair, he's from Kerala, Calicut, Kerala, and also Ayan Banerjee, he's from Kolkata, West Bengal.
What are they doing now?
Sir, all of them are placed right now, and three of them are on the vessel. They have been allotted a vessel by their company, and they are sailing right now. One of them is waiting for his company to give him the chance to get on board, and I'm sure that he'll go there soon.
Any financial difficulty you faced while your education during
No,
your
sir, I
education?
was actually blessed from in this sector. My grandfather was a assistant engineer in the MPEB board, so he gets his pensions, and also my father is a freelance engineer, so we make enough to sustain my education.
Okay, Ayush, you gave me a fair idea about your education. Now I would like to ask questions about your family. Tell me about your parents and other members of the family, like brothers, sisters, and grandparents, their education and occupation. How you spend time together. I would like to know about the general activities at home, that ones in which you get personally involved. Who you approach for help when you have a problem or want to confide. If you have any friends in the neighborhood, how do you spend time with them and in what kind of activities? How much pocket money do you get and how do you spend it? And if you do not get any pocket money, how do you meet your monetary requirements?
Okay, sir. So, first of all, I would like to say that our family is a family of six now. My brother is married. So, my father, being a BE in mechanical engineering, he's a freelance engineer, and he goes on for his jobs once the company calls him. My mother is a BA in home science. She's a housemaker, so she stays at home. My elder sister, she's married and she resides in Bhopal. She's also an engineer in electrical, and my brother, elder brother, is a BE in civil. So he is actually a clerk in Bank of India in Rajgarh district, in Rajgarh, and he is married too. And my sister-in-law, she is also a BA in educational field, and she is preparing for her government exams. And also, my grandfather and my grandmother, they reside in Garot, which is in Mandsaur district of Madhya Pradesh, and we occasionally go there to meet them and help them with their things. My grandfather, as I told you, that he's a retired assistant engineer from MPEB, and my grandmother, she used to work in the farming industry, and she is still prominent in doing so, and that is how it is. And my friends, if I talk about my neighboring friends, my colony friends, one of my friend is doing his BCom from Indore only, and I usually don't stay in Indore due to my industry, because I have to go to coastal states like Madhya Pradesh, in Mumbai, or uh, Kolkata in West Bengal for my courses and my other medical examinations. So whenever I am in Indore, I try to meet him as much as I can, and we usually go for outings like eating at a restaurant, or maybe just a uh, 10-minute or 15-minute meet where we just drink some tea and talk about ourselves, and that is how it is.
You belong to Indore.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about Indore.
Sir, Indore, if I talk about the past of Indore, we know that it was the home for the Holkars, which was in the Maratha Empire, and Indore was being the capital in their reign for a long time. And Indore now is also very important for the state, as it is considered as the educational hub and the financial center for the state of Madhya Pradesh. Also, Indore is famous for its food, and is also sometimes considered as the street food capital of India. And it is also called as Mini Bombay.
Ayush, in the earlier question, you skipped one thing that is very important. You didn't tell me general activities at home
Yes.
in which you personally involved.
All right, I'll just answer it now. And general activities in my home is sometimes when we go for shopping, for the grocery shopping. So sometimes when I was a little younger, I used not to go there. But while talking to my parents and my brother and sister, I got to know that the thing that I don't spend much time with them. So I started going to these DMarts and other shopping places with them while driving the car myself, so that I get a chance to learn the driving vehicle as well. And I think that is some of the things that we mostly do to bond together. Also, we eat dinner or lunch as much as we can together, so that we talk about the issues that we are facing and can resolve and come to a point.
So you help your family only in purchasing grocery.
No, sir, it is not true. But sometimes, if I say about the combined family efforts, then I think mostly this comes in play. But normally, I help my mother in cooking sometimes when she's like doing some other
How
things.
do you help your mother in cooking?
So sometimes when she makes gravy for a curry, she asks me to like take a look at it and just see if it's not burning. And I like to cook a little, and I am interested in learning about food. So I help her and do as much as I can.
Ayush, I have got a fair idea about your family and other related matters. Let us now talk about your spare time activities and other interests. I'm interested in knowing about your hobbies, leisure time activities, and
Yes.
reading habits. What do you like to watch on TV? And if you have facilities to access internet, how do you make use of them? Also tell me about your routine on a working day and on a holiday.
So I'll start first with my routine. So at first I wake up at 6 in the morning. I freshen up. I go for a little jog, and after coming, I meditate a little, 10 to 15 minutes just. And after freshening up, I read a little newspaper because I have to go for my coaching. And then I leave for my coaching after having breakfast for 8:30, around 8:38, and then I reach the coaching at 9. And I spend my time from 9 to 1 in the coaching center. And after coming from there, I take a nap of 20 minutes because I feel a little less, if I feel a little less restless. So I take a nap of 20 minutes and then start studying for my exams and interviews. And after that, I work out for a little. I just do some home workouts. And after that, I take my post workout meal, something with much of protein. And after that, I talk with my parents, sit up with them and watch some TV with them. Sometimes it's the news, sometimes it's comedy show, sometimes like that. And after that, I try to sleep as early as possible so that I can wake up again in the morning and feel better and not restless. So that is my routine. And after that, I'll talk uh, about my shows that I watch and my interest. So I have, as you know, that as I've written my in my PIQ form as well, that I am interested in knowing about the food, uh, and that is why I watch food shows like on Epic Channel. There is a show, Raja Rasoi and Anya Kahaniyan, which actually showcases the food techniques and the food related information that used to happen before and now is a little less used, and is quite a good show because I like knowing about the history of that food. So I watched that. And about all my interests apart from food related shows and these watching food vlogs, I also play football whenever I can, and I am registered in a football club, Atal Football Club, which is in Vijayanagar district, Vijayanagar of Indore. So that is how I spend my time.
Ayush, you didn't mention about your hobbies and interests.
Yes, sir.
And along with this, you didn't explain about your holiday routine.
Okay. Sir, my hobbies and routines. I use my hobby as a stress buster actually. So whenever I feel a little stressed and I want to differentiate the work from something that I like, I actually watch some shows that are food related, Also, if I get some time, I ask my friends if they are available for a football match in the turfs, and if I get that, I'm good. And my holiday routine is a little different than the normal routine. I just sleep 1 hour more than the usual, and I inculcate my self into reading the newspapers thoroughly on a holiday, because which I can't do in a normal routine. So I get involved in that much, and also some of the outings I which I plan with my friends and my family. I used to do it in the holiday.
You watch the food vlogs.
Yes, sir.
So, how are you interested in watching these, or do you want to cook also, or do you want only the information about different types of foods?
At first, I was both. I was involved in both cooking as well as watching shows. I'm just knowing about it. But lately, I've seen that I am more centered to like getting the information and trying new food and those sort of things, and a little less towards the cooking. So I watch these shows and I learn about the different places which serve the different dishes and different cuisines that are available. And
Tell me three different places and their dishes.
sir, if I talk about Mexico, there the Mexican food is most centric to the meat, because they eat a lot of meat, and most of their
We talk
favorite.
about India.
If we talk about India, if we see that in the northeastern states of our country, we see that there also they are emphasizing more on the meat, and they consume different varieties of meat than in usual country, in usual central country, because they even consume dogs and cats, which is usual for them but not for us. And if we talk about the south and the coastal states of the country, their use of coconut and the use of seafood is much more prevalent, as it's obvious because it's coastal. So, and in the central and the states like Delhi, United States like Delhi, we can see that the use of chaat is also very prevalent, and there are different types of chaats that are there. Like Lucknowi chaat has a different taste of it, and the Delhi's chaat is different, and what we serve it in Indore is a little different. So I think India, being a diverse country, has a lot of differences in their food, and I would like to somehow go through it and experience all of it.
Well, suppose you like to tell me what are some of the things that you like to do for fun and recreation outside your working place? How do you keep yourself physically fit?
So physically fit, I tend to work out at home as much as I can. Also, a little jog in the morning helps me to lose that extra fat. And while I am a little, while I think that I am a little, being a little more at home, I ask my cousins and my friends to go on a trek nearby or a natural spot nearby Indore, so that we can explore those places and also spend some time together spend some time together. And I think that helps me when I am free at home and want to do something new.
Just give me your two strengths and two weaknesses.
Sir, I think I am determined. If I say about my strength, I'm determined, and also I am helpful, and I uh, try to know the other person much well than I used to do, and I've inculcated this habit of myself, where I try to know about the other person. If I talk about my weaknesses, I think my handwriting is very bad, so I would like to improve that. And I've been watching YouTube videos and some of the practices that I've been doing to improve that. Also, one more weakness that I think I have is the lack of balance between my academics and my sports, because I tend to be more into the sports and the co-curricular activities than my reading. So I think I would like to inculcate reading more novels so that I gain the knowledge more.
You told me you are determined,
Yes.
but when we were talking about your educational background, so you failed in ND examination
Yes.
twice. You decided to become a pilot, but you couldn't.
Yes.
How can you say you are determined?
Sir, I think I am determined because I failed two attempts for NDA, and also I appeared for FCAT once before as well. But only due to one mark, but also that made me think that I have to work harder for this. And still, I am performing for that, and I cleared my FCAT exam this time, and I am appearing for this SSB on April. So I think that push that I give myself to just keep trying and trying for what you want is, I think, that pushes me and makes
Give
me
me the
do more.
ranks of Indian Air Force.
So the Indian Air Force rank starts from the flying officer, which we first a person is inducted in the Air Force, so he gets flying officer rank, then flight lieutenant, and then flight lieutenant and squadron leader, then wing commander, then then group captain, then air commodore. After that, he or she gets the rank of lieutenant. Lieutenant, no, sorry, I am just forgetting. He or she gets the. I am not able to recollect the furthest.
Okay. Who is the chief of air staff right now?
So the chief of air staff right now is Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary.
Okay. So when you are discussing about your education, you told me you are going any coaching.
Yes, sir.
So what is the name of that coaching and who is teaching you there?
Sir, the name of the coaching institute is Force Defense Academy. It is in Indore itself, and the teachers that teach us is Colonel Manoj Burman sir, and also Sir Lakhan Yadav sir, and also uh, they give us the information both about the group discussions and the complete process of the SSB. Also, some of the faculties we haven't met yet, but are the the staff is the management of the coaching institute is planning to make us meet them, as he is a commander, retired commander of the Indian Navy, and I hope that we'll learn quite very much from him as well.
Do you think that for the SSB interview preparation you need to join any coaching?
I think as SSB is the test of your personality, I think most of the part is done by you. But as a fresher, I think to know the procedure well, and so that I can perform better in my SSB, actual SSB, I think it is good to go to a SSB coaching, as they will tell you about the procedures well in advance, and you'll get that environment where you can know how the situation will be in the actual SSB. So I think it is important.
Just give me three new current news.
So the new current news right now, if I tell about the defense sector, I think the agreement that came between the Boeing, Tata, and the Indian Air Force, DHL, for the making of C-95 transport aircrafts in India is one big news. Also, recently we had a World Cup in Qatar 2022, so that was a very good tournament that I watched. Also, third, if I talk about, is the recent news of the unfortunate incident that happened in Indore, where while in the occasion of Ram Navami, people fell into the well.
Ayush, who is the winner of the World Cup, Football
So the
World Cup?
winner of the World Cup is Argentina. This was their third title, and Lionel Messi was the captain for the team.
What was the message you get from the performance of Argentina?
Sir, I think from the performance of Argentina, they lost the first match against Saudi Arabia, which was a complete shock for the football community, as Saudi Arabia is not